Top five, top five, top five.
Let's go. Top five, top five, top five. This is where Kyle and I, just like last year, are giving you our top five power rankings of all the teams so far. And Kyle, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
We want to do...
We're doing five. We're going from 5 to 1.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You go first.
All right. Top five, top five, top five. Number 5 for me is going to be the Eagles. We've talked about the Eagles. There's a lot of really good teams right now in the NFL, especially if we're talking top 5 teams. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts coming off a Super Bowl. The defense is still just as dominant. The offense showing a little bit of a slow start, but they're getting there. And I think, these next couple games, whether or not it be a division team, they're going to get there. But right now, number 5, I've got the Eagles. How about you, Kyle?
Can you hear me all right, by the way?
I can, yep.
Okay, perfect. So for number 5, I have the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
This is a little unexpected for me. I thought that the Chiefs wouldn't be in my top 5, but that defense stepping up, it's only a matter of time before Mahomes finds who's going to be the replacement for Juju Smith-Schuster, the leading receiving yard leader last year and touchdown reception leader.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to find that new guy. Kadarius Toney hasn't been reliable. They benefited massively from getting Travis Kelce back. They're going to find that guy one way or another, and this defense is keeping them in the games. The Chiefs have a chance to win any game on their schedule, no matter who they play, because of that. So you got to have a team like that in your top five.
Sounds good. All right, so I've got the Eagles at 5. Kyle's got the Chiefs at 5. Kyle, who do you have at number 4?
At number 4, I actually have the Philadelphia Eagles.
Woo!
So I think the Eagles are playing really, different style, right? They're running the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's not a bad thing. Like I said, I think a team that can run the football, play defense, and have the best offensive line in the league is going to be in almost every single game. I like the Eagles. I would like to see those explosive plays more.
Yeah.
That's the only thing keeping them from being higher. But I wouldn't overthink it. The Eagles could move up to number 2 or number 3 by just having a couple splash plays this week.
Sounds good. Maybe get AJ Brown the ball more. He's on my fantasy team.
No, don't do that.
Number 4, I've got the Bills at number 4. The Bills, again, I'm gonna keep saying it, man. I said at the beginning, preseason, I was like, you know what? They're gonna come in second in the division. Their window seems to be closed, and that, I think, from a lot of people across the league, analysts, media, whatever, seems to have sparked something in the Bills. They lost week 1, sure, against a Jets team that maybe they should have really beat. They should be 3-0 right now, really, when you think about it. But these last 2 games have just been like, oh yeah, the Bills are actually really good, right? Like we all thought the window was closed. No, it's not. It's still very much wide open for the Bills, and the Bills absolutely think so. So I've got the Bills at number 4. Kyle has the Eagles at number 4. Number 3, I'm going to take the Super Bowl defending champion Chiefs at number 3. They took a loss against the Lions. They destroyed the Bears. Again, don't apologize for being 2-1. Don't apologize for your schedule. Travis Kelce is back. He's getting 400% bumps in his jersey sales because Dayton Taylor Swift. They have 400% jersey sales. Yeah, like that went up after the Taylor Swift game. All these Swifties are buying his jersey. The Chiefs are good until they're not good. And this is something that people hate, and I'm sure you hate too because you're in the AFC West. But the Chiefs are going to be good until they're not good, and that's why they're number 3 on my top 5. Kyle, how about you?
This is where I got Buffalo.
All right.
Buffalo's defense is number 2 right now in the NFL. And then, this is just kind of felt like the year, no expectations. Buffalo, they lose a bad game, and it seems like they got it out of the way early. They've been very good, you know what I mean? Like they're beating teams very badly. The Chiefs lost week 1. We're not hanging it over their head. I think we've all moved on. and I think we recognize Buffalo collectively as they're back. And what does that really mean for a team that's never won a Super Bowl? Well, it just means that they can compete for a Super Bowl. And yeah, that's why they land so high on my list. Oh, yeah,
right.
By the way, that defense about to get Von Miller.
They're about to get Von Miller back. That's right. He's probably going to get hurt again, but hopefully not.
Wow.
It's just who he is, man. The last 3 years, Von Miller's been like, yeah, I'm so dominant. I'm just going to get hurt again. Like, what the fuck, man? But you know, the football players have egos. They know how good they are.
You're
but
the Cats. The Cats are starting to meow after you said that.
Even he's like, come on, dude. All right. I think I know you have it number 2. But who do you have at number 2?
I got the 49ers.
What?
I got the 49ers at number 2. I look at this team and I see no holes. To me, this has got to be your favorite right now to defend the NFC Championship. The problem, Kyle Shanahan has been shrinking kind of, it seems like, in big games. He becomes more conservative in bigger games. He just calls the games a little differently. I think the 49ers, though, I think Brock Purdy, I think he looks great. The only reason my number 1 team is swapped with this team is because the other offense looks even better.
And I think I know who you're going to have, but I have them at number 2. I've got the Dolphins at number 2. They scored 70 points last week, sure, right? Like, this offense is dynamic. This offense is so good. The defense is good. This team seems very complete. And they're number 2, and this isn't. There's really nothing bad to say about them, but because there's nothing really bad to say about the team I have at number 1 either. The Dolphins are a dominant team. I think they're going to be like the Eagles of last year, where they go undefeated for a while, and it's going to take one of those teams that you don't expect to beat them. That's going to beat them. That's going to give them that one loss of the season, right? It's probably going to happen. The Dolphins are the fastest team in the NFL right now. And it's something that the Raiders tried to do like a while ago when they would draft just the fastest player. But it never worked out because they never had the coach. They never had the coach like Mike McDaniels to kind of like look at the offense and be like, okay, how can I use this guy? Mike McDaniels using everybody great. So I have the Dolphins at number 2. Go ahead.
My number 1 team's the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
One of the things that you missed when you were gone was I was live streaming. I think it was day 2 of the NFL draft, and we were in the 4th round, I think 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah.
And Denver was on the clock, and I said, "Come on, Devon Chain," and everyone was watching. And then Denver came on, and I think they drafted J.L. Skinner. The next team on the clock was Miami, and they drafted
Devon Chain. Yeah.
And it was like everybody was laughing so hard because what are the chances that you want this random guy in the 3rd round and the next team picks him?
Yep.
And man, he's looking really, really solid right now.
Really good.
I mean, this Miami team averaging 30 points and 462 yards of offense per game on the road. Right, so imagine what they could do at home because that was their home opener. But 70 points and 726 yards is ridiculous. They didn't have Jalen Waddle on the field. New England did hold Miami to 389 yards and 24 points. We talked about it earlier when they played the New England Patriots. But the Pats barely saw Devon Chain in that game. So now we're seeing what, in a featured role, he looks like. And I think this Miami team just felt like this was the game where they found his their weapon. And when you look at Next Gen Stats did the 4 fastest players in the NFL, and all 4 of them were Dolphin players.
Yeah.
It was like
Raheem Mostert.
Yeah. Devon Chain.
Everyone.
Tyreek Hill. And they didn't even have like Jalen Waddle on the field. So to me, like growing up in South Florida and being in track, like there's just a different type of speed in South Florida. Like people are very, very, very fast. This Miami team, it used to be Tyreek Hill had this identity, the cheetah.
Yeah.
This whole entire Miami offense just feels like a track meet every Sunday.
Yeah.
And in Tua, he's looking a lot better. I mean, I never thought Tua looked bad. I made this this comparison after the Broncos game. Through the first 3 weeks, he has the same numbers that he had last year. Exactly the same. Attempts, yards, completions, interceptions, the touchdowns, all exactly the same. So I think Tua is really getting comfortable in this thing. The jiu-jitsu training he did, learning how to fall, it's working. Mike McDaniel
seems to be paying off, yeah.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel is definitely a full-blown genius. And one of the things that you see when Miami, you see this from Cincinnati too, but you see a lot of pre-snap, a little bit of motion, just to kind of freeze up those linebackers and just cause a little bit of confusion.
Yep.
And in that kind of stuttering or pausing, you lose your instinct. The fastest wide receivers on the field that are going to capitalize on finding those spaces. And I just don't know if there's a team that will be able to stop this Dolphins offense. I'm not sure what's going on right there, but I just don't know if you're going to be able to stop this Dolphins team. And because of that, I have to put them at number one because they're kind of unlike anything going on in the NFL right now.
Definitely. I definitely agree with everything you said. Except I don't know if you can stop the Dolphins offense because my number one team are the 49ers, and that defense can stop the Dolphins offense. That defense,
Super Bowl.
We'll find out in the Super Bowl because, yes, 100%. I can see both of these teams meeting in the Super Bowl. You know, I love the Chiefs. I love the Eagles. They were in the Super Bowl last year, but the NFL is one of the major leagues in U.S. sports that has the highest turnover in playoff teams, I guess is what you would say. That, you know, year in, year out, there's different teams in, there's different teams out. Obviously, you have like the Patriots who are always in it, the Colts who are always in it, the Chiefs now, the Philadelphia Eagles, Bills, teams like that are always in it. But they have the highest turnover of teams. So I think in the Super Bowl, it'll be these two guys. These two teams, as long as they continue to do what they do, the 49ers with their defense and their offense working the way it has been, it's going to be very tough to beat the 49ers. Both of these teams are undefeated for a reason. I just think the 49ers have the better defense right now. You ask me who I want a quarterback, whether Tua or Brock Purdy, I'm taking Tua, 100%. A lot of their skill players probably taking more of the ones from Miami, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, but San Francisco and Shanahan know what's going on, man. They know how to make this kitty purr, and they are fucking making it purr hard.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, they know.
I don't know
they
why,
know.
but it did something.
Are you aroused?
You said it.
Kyle is so aroused right now. I work 60% of the time every time. I have
quick.
49ers are number one for me though.
I want to see if the Dolphins schedule really quick. If they're playing the 49ers this year.
Ooh, that would be a game.
So they're playing Buffalo, and then the Giants and the Panthers, and then the Eagles, Patriots, then the Chiefs, Seymour, then the Raiders, Jets, Commanders, Titans, Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, and the Bills.
Bills, yeah. They do not play the 49ers. It might have to be a Super Bowl thing.
It might have to be a Super Bowl thing, but I'll tell you this, October 22nd at 7:20 p.m., that's, to me, October 22nd, that sounds like Monday Night Football. Let me see if it's Thursday Night Football. October 22nd is Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night against the Eagles.
Eagles, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This team right here, this might be 7-0 versus 7-0.
Woo! Kyle's already calling it.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
If you call enough things, you'll be right about some of it.
I'm gonna have so many fucking takes, and one of them's got to be right. All right. Well, that was our top five, and why not? Let's just play the video one more time.
Top five, no debating. Top five.